Good evening and welcome to today's session. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course, we can.
Okay. All right. Good day, distinguished educators, global leaders, and passionate advocates for quality learning. It is an honor to welcome you to this enriching session on the theme, Mentorship and Teacher Collaboration, Growing Together as a Learning Community. Today, we gather as a family of educators across borders, cultures, and continents, united by one belief: teachers grow stronger when they grow together. In a world where classrooms constantly evolve, mentorship is no longer optional. It is the lifeline that nurtures excellence, strengthens resilience, and ensures no teacher journeys alone. This session brings together remarkable minds whose work continues to shape the future of education. As they share their insights, may we listen deeply, reflect intentionally, and rediscover the power of working alongside one another. Let us engage with open hearts and thoughtful curiosity, knowing that every story shared today has the potential to light a new path in our professional journeys. Once again, welcome, and let the intellectual exchange begin. And we are going to be following it in this order. Each panel will be given 3 minutes only for their response. And once the buzzer goes, I will have to mute the speaker. If the speaker doesn't stop, I'll have to mute the person. So thank you very much for understanding. Let's try out this one today. All right, so I'm going to be welcoming our first speaker for today, our first panelist, Ambassador Kamal Chandra Lohani, and he is going to be answering the question he's going to be answering this question. In communities where teachers operate in isolation, how can collaboration be used as a tool for strengthening values-based education? The floor is yours, Ambassador Kamal. You have 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good evening and namaste from India. Okay, thank you. Namaste and namaskar from India and warm greetings to everybody. One and all, respected Gloria ma'am, all the skills, speakers, panelists. My answer, collaboration can transform and change isolated teaching environment.
Sir, your voice is broken.
Values, a rich learning community. When teachers work, when educators work together through shared planning, peer observation, or joint problem solving, so they
Sir, your voice is fluctuating.
change diverse perspectives that help clarify and strengthen the values that they want to teach and model in collaborative exam.
All right. Sorry about that. I didn't want to stop him because I could hear some part of what he was saying, but I guess his network was really very bad. So I'm going to move over to the next panelist for today, Dr. Mohammed Osama, and he's going to be answering the question, how can mentorship foster ethical leadership among teachers? And why is this critical for 21st century education? The floor is yours, sir.
Very good morning. It's your route and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk for you. So very good morning to all. Now I'm going to wish you all a happy International Day of Neutrality, happy International Day, Universal Health Coverage Day. Thank you all. As per my question, I'm giving my opinion. Ethical leadership is crucial for building a legacy of integrity and trust within organizations, transcending mere compliance to inspire a culture, accountability, and ethical decision making. Mentoring plays a vital role in developing ethical leaders by passing down wisdom and ethical standards through guidance, dialogue, and shared experiences, fostering a deep understanding of ethical leadership. Leading by example, fostering critical thinking, active listening, encouraging reflection, and creating a community of practice are essential strategies for mentors aiming to develop the next generation of ethical leaders. Ethical leadership involves inspiring others to adopt principled stances in both professional and personal spheres, leading to an organizational culture where integrity and moral courage are celebrated. The mentor-mentee relationship is transformative, emphasizing the importance of mentors in shaping leaders who are proficient, morally courageous, and committed to ethical excellence, thereby ensuring a substantial and principled future. There are some points now I'm going to tell why is critical for it's critical for 21st century education. There are some points: building trust, developing character. Teachers become character shapers, teaching empathy and moral principles beyond just subject matter, promoting well-being. It prioritizes the welfare of students, staff, and leaders, countering stress and burnout, shaping future leaders. It builds a generation of educators capable of shaping the future of education within integrity. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. You have highlighted a truth we often overlook. Ethical leadership begins with mentorship. And when teachers learn to lead with integrity, they raise the generation that values character as much as knowledge. Thank you very much, Dr. Osama. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to quickly move over to our next panelist for today, Ambassador Miriam Salihu Suleiman. Ambassador Miriam, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right,
Good
so
evening.
she's going to be answering this question. How can...
Sorry,
Okay.
please.
I'm sorry about that.
Yes,
So she's going to be
okay,
answering this question. How can mentorship help teachers break gender-based barriers and rise into leadership role within the learning community? The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, and good evening to everyone here. Gender-based barriers in education often show up quietly and mostly through limited opportunities, low confidence, cultural expectations, or the belief that leadership roles belong to certain people. This is where mentorship becomes transformational. Mentorship raises confidence and self-belief. Many talented teachers, especially women, hold back from leadership roles, not because they lack ability, but because they doubt themselves. A mentor helps teachers see their strengths, challenge limiting beliefs, and build the confidence needed to step forward. A simple example: a teacher who thinks I can't lead a team begins to see leadership as possible after a mentor guides her through small responsibilities like coordinating a project or leading a lesson study group. Sometimes the greatest barrier is not being invited into the room. Mentors open doors by recommending teachers for committees, sharing leadership opportunities, nominating them for training, conferences, or roles. This reduces the structural inequality that keeps capable teachers invisible. Mentorship breaks stereotypes through visible role models. When teachers, especially young women, in leadership, it sends a powerful message. If she can, I can too. Mentorship normalizes women's leadership and challenges gendered assumptions about who should occupy decision making positions. Mentorship builds collaborative skills needed for leadership because leadership today is not about authority, it is about collaboration. Through professional learning communities, peer coaching, and co-teaching, mentorship strengthens skills like communication, teamwork, problem solving, and so on. It also creates safe spaces for growth. Teachers need environments where they can ask questions without judgments, share struggles, and receive guidance. Mentorship offers a psychologically safe place, something especially important for teachers facing cultural or gender based pressures. Conclusively, I'll just say mentorship is not just support, it is a pathway to empowerment. It helps teachers build confidence, gain visibility, acquire leadership skills. So when we mentor, we multiply leaders. And when we collaborate, we grow together as a stronger, more inclusive learning community. Thank you so much, Dr. Gloria, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Mariam. Your answer shines a light on how mentorship can dismantle ceilings that were once seen as unbreakable.
Yes.
When women support women, leadership becomes a shared inheritance rather than a solitary achievement. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist, Ambassador Yala Padmaja, and she's going to be speaking on how can mentorship help educators bridge the gap between traditional teaching methods and modern pedagogies? The floor is yours, Ambassador Yala.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. I am Yala Padmaja from India. My topic is how mentorship helps educators bridge the gap between traditional teaching and modern pedagogies. So, mentorship plays an important role in supporting educators. It helps teachers grow in their profession. Mentors guide teachers with experience and care. They help teachers understand new teaching methods. Traditional teaching methods focus mainly on lectures. Students mostly listen and take notes. Teachers follow fixed textbooks and routines. And mentorship helps teachers reflect on these old practices. Modern pedagogies encourage active learning. Students participate more in class activities. Teachers use technology and creative methods. Mentors help teachers adopt these new ideas. Mentors have share practical classroom strategies. They show how to use digital tools effectively. They help teachers plan interactive lessons. This support builds teachers' confidence. Mentors help teachers link old methods with new ones. They show how both approaches can work together. They guide teachers to modify lessons, not replace them. This creates a smooth transition for educators. Mentorship also improves teachers' problem solving skills. Mentors discuss classroom challenges openly. They suggest simple and practical solutions. This makes teachers feel supported and encouraged. Mentors also help teachers understand students' needs. They explain how modern methods build student encouragement. They guide teachers to make lessons more student-centered. This leads to better learning outcomes. Mentorship provides regular feedback. Teachers learn what is working well. They also understand that need improvement. Mentors help teachers stay updated with the trends. They share information about new tools and techniques. In conclusion, mentorship strengthens the teaching community. Teachers learn from one another. Schools grow together with shared knowledge. This partnership helps bridge the gap between traditional and modern teaching. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Yala. Your response shows that mentorship can be the bridge between what is familiar and what is needed. When guided well, teachers can blend tradition with innovation without losing their identity. Thank you very much. And I want to quickly call on Ambassador Kamal to complete his session. Ambassador Kamal, the floor is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank, thank you. Extremely sorry for the inconvenience due to network issues. And thank you, Gloria, ma'am. Let me complete. Collaboration can transform isolated teaching environment into vibrant, values-rich learning communities. When teachers work together, educators work together through shared training, peer observations, or the joint problem solving, and then exchange diverse perspectives that help clarify and strengthen the values they want to teach and model. Collaborative dialogue allows educators or teachers to reflect on ethical dilemmas and align expectations and create consistent approaches for the development across subjects. It also builds trust and empathy and a mutual respect among teachers and educators. Which in turn models and the very values they aim to instill in learners and students. So by pooling ideas and resources, teachers and educators design more meaningful and real-world learning experiences that reinforce respect, responsibility, inclusivity, and integrity. So in the end, I would like to say ultimately the
Oh, his network again. All right. So in that, I think he was about concluding. So when he comes back, we'll just give him the opportunity to conclude. So I'm going to quickly move over to our next panelist for today, Ambassador Jihad Mostakil. He's going to be speaking on how can mentorship help teachers navigate global challenges, such as conflict, displacement, or poverty, while still nurturing hope in their learners. The floor is yours. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, or evening, based on where you are now. Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished panelists and dear moderators, it's an honor to join this global conversation on education today. Thank you so much, Dr. Gloria, for creating such an amazing platform. We have to empower ourselves as teachers and learners. In today, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Is it clear? Can you hear me?
Yes. Continue. Time is going.
Okay, in today's world, in today's world, educators face serious challenges that go far beyond the classroom walls. Conflict, displacement, poverty, and other global crises have reshaped the way teaching and learning happen. In simpler terms, students come into the classroom carrying the weight of trauma, instability, and uncertainty. With such conditions in mind, I'll tackle the question, how can mentorship help teachers navigate global challenges such as conflict, displacement, or poverty while still nurturing hope in their learners? It goes without saying that mentorship provides a convincing answer, meaning that it plays a vital transformative role as it isn't just about guidance, but it's a partnership that serves as a source of strength. A good mentor doesn't just give instructions, rather they listen, inspire confidence, and help others see possibilities they might have missed. So through mentorship, teachers gain practical strategies and emotional support to navigate. Experienced mentors can provide guidance on trauma-informed teaching practices, supporting inclusive pedagogy and culturally responsive approaches. This, of course, will help teachers create classrooms that are safe and nurturing even in the face of diversity, as well as assign appropriate activities that cater to student backgrounds and needs. Mentorship cultivate resilience in educators themselves. That is to say, when teachers are supported. They are better, to model hope, optimism, and perseverance for their students. They maintain the emotional stamina necessary to guide learners through. In addition, mentors learn to adapt resources creatively, to leverage technology, and to design learning experiences that meet students wherever they are, whether it's using storytelling to help displaced children process their experiences or building community partnership. At the effect of poverty, mentorship provides teachers with insight and confidence to act effectively. Furthermore, mentorship enables teachers to embody the qualities they wish to instill, such as resilience, sense of responsibility, and hope. So when teachers feel supported, they can foster classrooms where every student feels valued, safe, and inspired.
क्या हुआ क्या हुआ अरे मेरा बच्चा अच्छा बस बस मुझे
Mr. Kamal. Oh. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate your presentation. You have shown that mentorship offers teachers more than skills, it offers hope. In the face of global challenges, mentorship becomes a stabilizing force that helps educators continue shaping lives with courage. Thank you very much, Ambassador Jihad. We appreciate your response. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist for today, Ambassador Mary Akach. And Ambassador Mary is going to be speaking on how can mentorship be used to empower teachers to advocate for equity, inclusion, and student opportunity. The floor is yours, Ambassador Mary.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Kindly confirm if I'm audible enough.
Yes, you're audible.
All right. Good afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching. I'm very delighted to be part of this discussion. And the question, how mentorship can be used to equip teachers with the skills to for inclusion, equity, and student opportunities, really requires us to redefine the very purpose of mentoring. That is, mentorship must move beyond being a support system for a classroom management. It must become a vehicle for systematic change. We must use it to transform teachers into active advocates who champion equity, not just effective instructions in the classroom. So how mentorship can be used is, one, cultivating the equity lens. That is, the first pillar focuses on internal reflection and awareness. Are the teachers aware of equity? Are they well informed? And then number two, advocacy starts with clarity. So when a teacher knows what inclusion means, what equity means, and how to create opportunities for students, then this same teacher can advocate for equity, for those things that they know. So, for example, through mentorship, we can unpack the implicit bias, that is, identify and address personal assumptions that might impact expectations or classroom discipline. And then number two is mentorship as advocacy training. So mentorship can be used as advocacy training. So teachers need the skills and confidence to transfer policy and practice. So meaning mentors act as network brokers and political guides. In that, through mentors, teachers can navigate power structures and also resource advocacy. Mentors can support in the mentee in identifying and requesting the targeted resources. And then through mentorship, teachers can learn about collaborative problem solving. It is not my problem. Even if it's my problem, then we can work around it together. It is your problem, but we can work together to create a solution. Then number three, mentorship can also be used in designing the program for inclusion. So if we want teachers to advocate for inclusion, the mentorship structure must model it. That is, it must be targeted matching. Like it's not just a random mentorship. It must be matched with what we really want to accomplish by the end of the day. So inclusion, when we implement mentorship through the pillars that I talked about, we equip teachers with the skills to include or to integrate in inclusion, equity, and student opportunity. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Mary. You have shown that mentorship isn't just professional, it is social. So when teachers become advocates for equity, through guidance, they help shape classrooms where fairness becomes a lived reality. Thank you very much. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist for today, Dr. Brotati Chakraborty. And are you there?
Yes, Dr.
All right.
Gloria.
So she's going to be responding to the question, how can teachers use collaborative research and joint reflection to transform classroom practices into evidence-based innovation? The floor is yours.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Brotati Chakraborty. So today I got this question already. Dr. Gloria, she mentioned, that is, how can teachers use collaborative research and joint reflection? Am I audible?
Yes, you are. You're audible.
Yes.
Okay, so how can teachers use collaborative research and joint reflection to transform classroom practice into evidence-based innovation? And honestly, this question itself reflects the future of education. Let me explain in the very simplest way. First, we have to understand, as we all know, what is collaborative research. That is when teachers come together not as separate subject experts but as co-investigators. So they observe a common classroom problem, collect real data from students, try out new strategies together, analyze outcomes. So it is learning with each other and for each other. And what is joint reflection? It is the heart of the process. That is when teachers sit together and honestly discussed what happened in the class, why did students respond like this, what can we change tomorrow, and these shared thinking space turned experiences into professional insight. And evidence-based innovation, actually it emerges naturally because teachers, they are no longer experimenting blindly. They actually innovate based on evidence, based on patterns they observe together. So I want to say one real life classroom example that is very simple. It is maybe simple but very powerful, that from my own experience, in one school, students of class 6 standard, they were struggling to understand geometry. So instead of blaming the syllabus, the three teachers, they teamed up and they conducted a collaborative action research. So they collected students' errors and introduced matchstick based geometry models and observed each other classes and reflected together every Friday for 10 minutes. So, through this joint reflection, they realized students learned better when they constructed shapes before naming them. And I don't know, you will believe or not, within 1 month, students conceptual clarity improved dramatically. And this small innovation, born from evidence, later became a school-wide practice. So I want to conclude my thought by saying Satyajit Ray, as he once said, you cannot improve the world unless you improve your way of looking at it. So, collaborative research and joint reflection help teachers do exactly that. Change the way we look at classroom challenges and transform them into opportunities for innovation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Brotati. Your answer demonstrates that when teachers learn from one another through research and shared inquiry, the classroom evolves from habit to evidence-based excellence. Thank you very much for that wonderful answer. And I'm going to be moving on. You're welcome. So I'm going to be moving on to the next panelist, Ambassador Nalini Astana, and she's going to be answering the question, how can educators build strong peer learning networks that continue to thrive even without external funding or institutional support? The floor is yours.
Thank you. Parvana ma'am, please mute yourself. Thank you. Very good evening, and I should say a very happy evening to all the educator learners gathered here on this platform. The very apt topic has been given to me by Dr. Gloria. Thank you for that. That sustaining peer learning network beyond funding and educational support. Yes, and we are the biggest example of that, aren't we? Yes. Why? I will explain.
Hello
you
to
how.
everyone. I'm sorry.
In education, we often assume that collaboration needs budgets, formal platforms, or institutional backing. Yet, some of the most powerful peer learning network in the world grew not only from money, but from mindset, shared purpose, and community ownership. And that's what we all are doing every Wednesday, Friday, sitting together and doing our mind exercise to find out what could be the best practices. A thriving peer network begins with three root things, which are trust, reciprocity, and relevance. When teachers, educators feel safe to share, valued for their experiences, and connected through real classroom challenges, learning becomes self sustaining. So, for that, three steps can be taken, a very small steps which can bring the change and make peer learning happen in a big way. Start with a purpose, not for a program. And here again, we are the example. We have started with a purpose, it is not just a program. So explain why we are meeting, what for we are here, and group begins with common challenge, differentiation, assessment reforms, and student well-being. It ignites the ownership. How? A group of rural teachers in Karnataka, I'll give you an example, were created a weekly WhatsApp where 10 minutes idea exchange were there. And these teachers brought the change by low cost teaching strategies, especially in the backward areas, or I will say in the countryside schools where where there was no fund and there was just a purpose to make the children learn. The second point could be build small rituals that keeps the network alive. Make it a habit as we ritually meet every Wednesday and Friday at 8:30 India time. I don't know what is the time at Gloria ma'am's end or Rania ma'am's end, but yes, definitely we meet. We have made it a ritual and we made it a practice to maintain this community. Short monthly meetings, rotating facilitations, lesson plan swapping on can also be a part from we educators to bring this change. And for this, and the third point is use free tools like Zoom and all, and many things which can be developed in the community. So make every member a contributor, a resource creator, a discuss starter, or a tech helper, or a note taker, or a story sharer. Whatever your role can be a very a big emphasis on it. With these words, I will just say that a community that learns together stays together, because the true currency of collaboration is passion, not money. Thank you so very much, Dr.
Thank,
Gloria, for giving me this opportunity.
thank you very much, Ambassador Nalini, for that wonderful answer. Your answers your answer proves to us that the strongest network are built on commitment, not money. I love that. When teachers connect through purpose, their collaboration becomes self-sustaining. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate your
Pleasure,
presence,
ma'am. Pleasure.
your answers. And I'm going to be moving on quickly to our next panelist, Ambassador Oluwabumi.
Hello, Gloria teacher.
Ambassador Oluwabumi Anani, and she's going to be responding to the question, how can mentorship support teacher well-being, and why should emotional resilience be a core part of collaborative growth? The floor is yours, Ambassador Oluwabumi.
All right, a hearty evening to educators all around the world. Once again, it's an opportunity for us to be here to rub minds and learn from one another. And as earlier announced, we're going to be talking about mentorship and answer the question, how mentorship supports teacher well-being, and why emotional resilience should be a core part of collaborative growth. Now, let's talk about the first part, because this is a dual question. Yes, mentorship. We've all been talking about mentorship. And calling from the contributions made so far, of course, mentorship is an integral part of our professional growth as teachers. And now we're looking at it from the perspective of teacher well-being. More than ever before, we know that teachers need to pay attention to their well-being. And when we talk about well-being, it is all encompassing. You know, the physical health of a teacher, the mental health of a teacher, emotional health of a teacher, and social health of a teacher, and professional health of a teacher. So these are the varied components of a teacher's well-being. So let us begin with the physical, the emotional well-being of a teacher. Now, how can mentorship support a teacher's emotional health? You know, in a workplace, a typical workplace, especially a school, where round the clock, the teacher is encumbered with a load of work. You know, there is really no room for friendship like that. But when you have an experienced person who has an oversight function over you, who you can actually share your feelings with, your emotions, your worries, your fears, professional fears. I'm talking about fears, worries that have to do with the work. You know, it has a way of, you have a place where you can unburden. You have an experienced ear, an experienced eye, an experienced hand that can properly guide you. You know, it's relieving for the teacher and enhances the teacher's well-being. What about professional well-being? The teacher, of course, wants to build a career out of what he or she is doing. And so mentorship helps to provide the guidance, the support, and, you know, the foresight that the teacher needs to stay mentally well, physically well, emotionally well, and socially connected. You know, the mentor provides guidance so that the child will not feel isolated. You know, the right guidance on how teachers can connect meaningfully and collaborate strategically. Now, to the second part of the question, emotional resilience being a core part of collaborative growth, we are a team right here. And certainly there will be times of conflict, you know, it can be overt, it can be covert. There will be times of pressure, you know, at our workplaces. So whether you're in the school or in a learning platform like a walk-through education, we need emotional resilience. We need one another. So that's why we are there to provide that, you know, shock absorber, you know, for everyone. For instance, you're just back from work and you join a walk-through education. There is a lingering question, there is a fear, there is a worry that you want to, you know, that you need answers to. So being a part of a collaborative community helps you to build that shock absorber, that, you know, that resilience, that comeback, you know, that grit that is needed to keep moving and to keep winning, even as a teacher. Thank you very much to our CEO, Dr. Gloria, for this opportunity to share my thoughts on teacher well-being, emotional resilience in connection with mentorship and collaborative group.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Oluwabumi, for that. You've brought our attention to a vital reminder. A teacher who is emotionally supported can teach with renewed purpose. Mentorship that nurtures well-being is mentorship that sustains education. Thank you very much, Ambassador Luabumi. And I'm going to be moving on to Ambassador Nilam.
Welcome everybody.
I'm going to be welcoming Ambassador Nilam Sedzana, and she's going to be responding to the question, how can collaborative professional learning communities break the cycle of teacher burnout and create motivated, purposeful educators? The floor is yours, Ambassador Nilam.
Good evening to one and all present here. Thank you, respected Gloria ma'am, and all the esteemed members of this AWTE family. Thank you very much, ma'am. And it is such a nice topic because in starting, when I have joined the teaching, I suffered somewhat related to this topic. I will discuss about it also. And my question is, how can collaborative professional learning communities break the cycle of teachers burnout and create motivated, purposeful educators? It can be by replacing the traditional isolation of teaching with a supportive, result-oriented culture centered on shared responsibility and continuous improvement. When I have started my teaching career, that time in starting days, I was turning the pages of books and notebooks related to the particular topic which I have to teach next day, because I wanted to give my best to my children and to my management of the school. And that time I felt really, I was very much busy. I felt it is really so much pressure on me. Somewhat I have felt that I have to prepare myself to represent in front of the students. Students make and ask some questions to me. It may be from different from the topic according to the students' level. What will be there if I will not respond to the children, and how I have to express my feeling? Many things were there. But after 2-3 days, there was one athletic meet in my school, and all the teachers came together. And apart from academic, we sat together for a few minutes and we have shared something. I shared with them how was their day, first day that time. So when I sat with them, I shared my problem, I discussed with them, and I felt really teachers were very much collaborative, very much adjusting, supporting, and they have motivated me. My senior teachers motivated me very much. And after that, I felt really very light, and it was very nice moment for me, and it was so much motivated also. So related to this, many key mechanism may be there by which the teachers can come together and they can reduce their burnout. Combating isolation, it can make the teachers strong, trusting relationships with the colleagues and feel valued and connected, as well as providing emotional support and trust. By PLC's discussion about struggles, mutual understanding, mutual encouragement and support, it can reduce really the burnout of the teachers, as well as reducing workload and sharing resources and enhance self efficacy, as well as workshops, picnics, training programs, get together, online meeting, as here we are discussing to each other, we are sharing the ideas, and appraisal program can support the teachers' empowerment, and it can reduce the burnout of the teachers. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you to all to listen me.
Thank you
Namaste,
very much.
India.
Namaste. Thank you very much for that. You have drawn a clear link between community and sharing and also well-being. Collaboration becomes healing when it offers teachers the space to breathe, to share with one another, and to discover their passion for teaching through interacting with one another. Thank you very much for that. And I love the instance that you shared with us. Thank you. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist for today, Dr. Sarika Kumari. And she's going to be responding to the question, what structures can ensure that collaboration is not dominated by a few voices, but truly reflect collective intelligence. The floor is yours.
Good evening. Good evening, Gloria ma'am, and all of you, all educators. Uh, Moving ahead with today's theme, I would like to share my thoughts. How we as learning community can build collaboration that is truly inclusive and reflective of collective intelligence. In many institutions, collaboration sometimes become the voice of only a few, those who speak confidently or those who hold senior position. But meaningful mentorship and real professional growth happen only when every educator feels seen, heard, and valued. To achieve this, we need international structures that distribute opportunity fairly. First, the use of rotating roles such as rotating facilitators, rotating presenters, and leadership that does not test with only a few people. When every teacher gets the chance to lead and share, collaboration becomes more balanced and democratic. And the second is structured dialogue. Protocols like round robin sharing help give equal speaking time to every participant. This prevents dominance and encourages contribution from those who may be the soft-spoken, reflective, or hesitant. Here, I would like to highlight a meaningful example from my Bihar meeting discussion, Bihar Teachers Cluster. Meeting, discussion follow each other, share ideas in sequence regardless of seniority or confidence level. This simple structure ensures that collaboration does not depend on who speaks first or loudest, but on creating equal opportunity for all. This model from Bihar shows us that the right structure, every voice become part of a collective intelligence. I would like also to share a personal experience that strengthened in my school. We introduced a rotating presenter system during for collaborate lesson planning. At first, only a few teachers dominated the conversation. But when a very quiet college presented for the first time, her ideas turned out to be some of the most creative and thoughtful in entire session. I truly appreciate that moment. It taught our whole team a powerful lesson. Every voice carries potential, and sometimes all it takes is a supportive structure to bring that voice forward. Moving ahead, let's us reminded that collaboration becomes effective when it is structured, fair, and inclusive. Mentorship becomes transformational when it uplifts every educator, not only the most confident ones. As a global learning community, may we continue to create spaces where every teacher grows, every voice matters, and learning becomes a collective journey. Thank you very much, Gloria ma'am, and all educators to giving me a chance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much, Dr. Sarika Kumari, for that answer. You have touched on a powerful idea. True collaboration happens when every voice matters, when structures amplify diverse perspective, and learning becomes collective wisdom, not individual brilliance. Thank you very much for that amazing answer. We appreciate you. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist for today, Dr. Binita Prakash. And Dr. Binita Prakash is going to be responding to the question, what practical step can schools take to ensure that every teacher, regardless of experience level, has access to a mentor? The floor is yours. She was here just now. All right, so I'm going to move over to Dr. Rania. Dr. Rania, are you ready? So,
I'm always ready.
I know. Okay, let me get to your question.
Okay.
So, Dr. Rania is going to speak on How can
Okay.
educators build mentorship ecosystem that use innovation and emerging technologies to support both novice and veteran teachers equally? The floor is yours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Very interesting topic. Good afternoon, good evening. I think that the challenge now is twofold. How can school systems support novice teachers who often lack practical experience and confidence, while at the same time valuing and engaging veteran teachers, those whose expertise and leadership are critical resources? So the answer lies in reimagining mentorship through innovation and through emerging technologies. So the case now for equitable mentorship, all previous speakers have already mentioned that mentorship has been a long time recognized as a powerful tool for professional growth. So traditional models pair a novice teacher with experienced mentor for observation, feedback, and guidance. So what we suggest here is equitable mentorship ecosystems which work differently. How? Because they are dynamic networks of support where learning flows in multiple directions. Novices benefit from veteran wisdom, and veteran teachers benefit from fresh perspectives and exposure to new instructional tools and practices at the same time. So when these are built effectively, then these ecosystems can provide collaborative professionalism, counteract isolation, and uplift entire educational communities. So how does an equitable mentorship ecosystem look like? The key components are first distributed leadership and shared expertise. So instead of having one-to-one mentor or mentee model, schools can create mentorship circles or clusters where knowledge circulates through peer groups or cross-disciplinary teams or regional leadership networks, etc. This approach ensures that every teacher has assets to contribute, skill or tech expertise or class management strategies or cultural responsiveness, whatever. Second, you asked me about technology. Technology is a great equalizer because emerging technologies can expand access and democratize mentorship. How? Through virtual mentoring platforms. You have now cloud-based systems which allow mentors and mentees to connect, to schedule meetings, to share resources, to reflect asynchronously. And this platform, of course, support geographic flexibility. We have AI assisted coaching now, real-time feedback, AI tools available anytime. We have social learning networks, digital communities, education communities like Slack or Teams or professional learning networks, specialized forums, enable teachers to seek advice, crowdsource solutions, and share classroom-ready resources. More gamified learning and micro-credentials, because gamification motivates participation, celebrates growth. So teachers can earn micro-credentials for specific competencies, or mapping career growth paths visibly to the entire mentorship ecosystem. So how we can address equity within the mentorship ecosystem? Systems must continually eliminate disparities in access and voice through inclusive participation. Yes, but more personalized pathways, more data informed support. And of course, the role of veteran teachers in innovation is important here. So conduct needs assessment. Usually we follow the steps of select flexible platforms. We invest in mentor training, try to cultivate community norms, and finally monitor, reflect, and scale. So reinventing mentorship in education through innovation holds the promise of equitable support for both novice and veteran teachers, because when they are designed with intentionality, these mentorship systems can amplify veteran expertise and accelerate novice growth and foster definitely shared leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rania. Your perspective is always always amazing. You've just highlighted a powerful truth. Innovation is not just about tools, it's about access and agency. When mentorship and technology meet, equity becomes possible. The real challenge now is ensuring these innovations reach every teacher, not just the privileged few. Thank you very much for that. And I'm going to move over to Dr. Binita Prakash. When we called you, you weren't here. I'm going to welcome back Dr. Binita Prakash, and she's going to be speaking on what practical steps can schools take to ensure that every teacher, regardless of experience level, has access to a mentor. The floor is yours, Dr. Benita.
Okay. Good evening, one and all, and thank you, Gloria ma'am, for giving me such an outstanding topic. What practical steps can school take to ensure that every teacher, regardless of experience level, has access to a mentor? In education, we often talk about student success, but the truth is, student success begins with teacher support. And the most powerful form of support a school can offer is mentorship. To ensure every teacher, new or experienced, has access to a mentor, the school must first recognize a simple truth: teaching is not meant to be done alone. Every teacher at every stage faces new challenges. A mentor provides guidance, confidence, and a safe space to grow. The first practical step is to create a formal mentorship structure. Mentoring should not depend on chance or goodwill. It should be part of the school's professional development plan. Schools can identify skilled teachers, train them as mentors, and assign them purposefully. Next, we need a tiered approach. New teachers may need support with classroom management. Mid-career teachers may seek help integrating technology, and experienced teachers may want guidance for leadership roles. Different needs require different mentors. Equally important is dedicated time. Mentoring can't survive on quick corridor conversations. Schools must protect time for observations, coaching talks, and collaborative planning. And finally, mentorship must become a culture. When teachers observe each other, share strategies, and celebrate each other's growth, the entire school becomes stronger. In the end, a school thrives when no teachers stand alone. Mentoring every teacher is not just a strategy, it is a promise that we are committed to growth, collaboration, and excellence. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benita Prakash. Your insights reveal that access to mentorship shouldn't depend on luck. It should be a systemic guarantee. When every teacher has someone to guide them, the entire school grows together. Thank you very much, Dr. Benita. We
Thank you
appreciate
so much,
you.
ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to move over to our next panelist for today, Ambassador Nahid Raza. Ambassador Nahid, are you there? Okay. Ambassador Nahid is going to be speaking on what structures are necessary to ensure that mentorship becomes a culture rather than a one-time intervention in our schools. The floor is yours.
My gratitude to our leader, very smiling face, quite dedicated educator. Sincere salutation to all attending this webinar. Mentorship structures. First of all, we need to educate ourselves so far as connection is concerned. Mentorship is about connection. Mentorship is about respect. Mentorship is about reciprocity. Mentorship is about sharing values. If we respect, people will listen. If they listen, they will change their behavior. Ultimately, we need to change behavior of others. How can we change? With love, affection, respect, collaboration, listening, because this era is meant for learning more. How can we learn? When we are coachable. So first of all, we need to make ourselves coachable. And when we decide, when we intend to help others, when we want to contribute in the lives of others, we could be mentors in the same manner. We are mentee as well. It is not like that we know everything. No, we need to create at least 5 mentors, right? It could be your parents, it could be your previous boss, it could be your senior, it could be your elder. And yes, when you are coachable, you can learn more. And if you want to be great mentor, you will have to be greater mentee, because when we learn, we share. And when we have enthusiasm in learning, we are equally enthusiastic in distributing. So idea is, whatever gift we have, we need to discover it, and we need to develop it, and we need to contribute it to the society as mentor. And yes, If you want to discover yourself, you are not alone. You should not be alone in discovering yourself. As mentor and mentee, you must create some mentors. They would be helping you out. And yes, when you start listening, because as long as you are speaking, you are not learning. So we need to be a learner, and great learners are the ones who are listening. So with this, want to submit. My time is getting over, and I don't want to speak much. I want to listen more today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Nahid, for that explicit answer. You have proved you've proved to us that culture isn't built by policies alone, but by consistent actions. When mentorship becomes a shared expectation rather than an occasional activity, schools transform from workplaces into communities of growth. Thank you very much. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to be moving on to Professor Dr. Suraya Bano, and she's going to be responding to the question, how can collaborative teaching transform students' learning outcomes, especially in culturally diverse classrooms? The floor is yours, Professor Suraya Bano.
Very good evening. This is Professor Dr. Surya from India. Collaborative teaching can transform student learning outcomes in culturally diverse classrooms by fostering inclusive learning environments, deepening understanding through exposure to multiple perspectives, and providing personalized support tailored to individual student needs. This approach is particularly effective in addressing the varied linguistic, social, and academic backgrounds of a diverse student population. The key ways collaborative teaching transform outcomes are personalized instruction. The presence of two or more teachers in the classroom lowers the student to teacher ratio, enabling more individualized attention and support. This makes it easier to implement differentiated instruction, modifying content, and assessment to meet diverse learning needs. Exposure to diverse perspectives. When students from various culture backgrounds work together in groups, they were exposed to different viewpoints and problem solving approaches, which enhances critical thinking and fosters a more nuanced understanding of the subject matter. Development of the social and emotional skills. Collaborative learning requires students to communicate, negotiate, resolve conflicts, and work as a team. These interactions build essential social skills, empathy, and respect for others' perspectives, preparing them for a globalized world and workplace. Increase engagement and motivation. By pooling their expertise, teachers can design more engaging and interactive activities, projects, and lessons that are relevant to student interest and real world issues. This active involvement boosts student motivation and commitment to their learning. Culturally responsive environment. Teacher collaboration facilitates the integration of diverse cultural narratives and materials into the curriculum, helping all students feel valued and represented. This strengthens their sense of identity and belonging, which is essential for academic success. The implementation strategies in diverse classrooms are form diverse groups, active private knowledge, use varied teaching methods, promote open dialogue, involve families and the community, provide ongoing support and resources. Now, I conclude, collaborative teachings can fundamentally transform student learning outcomes in culturally diverse classrooms by fostering a dynamic, inclusive, and engaging environment that promotes deep academic understanding and essential life skills. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Suraya Bano. Your points,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your point illustrates that collaboration does more than improve teaching. It transforms the classroom into a multicultural learning space where every child's identity is affirmed. Thank you very much for that amazing response. We appreciate you. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist for today, Dr. Hussein Magdum, and he's going to be responding to the question, what role does reflective practice play in teacher collaboration, and how can mentors cultivate it in their mentees? The floor is yours, Dr. Hussein. All right, in his absence, I'm going to be calling on Ambassador Lagmani Kumari. Ambassador Lagmani, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Ambassador Lagmani is going to be responding to the question, how can integration... Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
There is noise in your background. Okay, so how can intergenerational mentorship between older and younger teachers reshape the identity of the teaching profession? The floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Gloria ma'am, Rania ma'am, and everyone there, ma'am. Thank you to give me opportunity.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am. International and younger teachers can turn teaching shared involved that it does not just involve teaching, it respects how teachers see themselves and their professional from also to community when between and mobile teachers work as mentorship partner teaching start to look like a lovely job and more like members mentorship in a professional community with shared standard and mutual support. This collective identity strengthens communicators to teachings as a long teams career in search of a short-term job. Blending traditional and innovative orders. Teacher bring pedagogical wisdom, classroom management, extends and understanding of school culture when younger teachers often contribute a new technology, contemporary method and fresh perspective, and students leads as these and these our student leads as the student and various new and lifelong professional growth, reasoning, professional standard, structure, mentorship, involve both mentor and mentorship with relevant experience of what it means to be good teachers. Over time, this creates a culture that reflects, participate, and planning and for feedback becomes the identity market of professional engineering to rules of teachers working closely across gender, national building empathy, just bond and reinforce sense purpose as both older and younger teachers see this work as part of a larger story. The extent across a career and clothes teaching bringing the identified not only with diversely curriculum but with mentorship, credibility, and for recording the teacher of the professional teaching, not self. Thank you, sir, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Lagmani. You have captured how intergenerational mentorship enriches the profession. Wisdom meets fresh energy, and together they create a teaching identity that is both rooted and evolving. Thank you very much for your answer. We appreciate you. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist, Dr. Arjun Qureshi. Dr. Arjun, are you ready?
Yes, yes, I'm
Okay.
ready.
All right. So Dr. Arjun will be answering the question, how can mentorship address gaps in teacher confidence, especially in underserved or high pressure learning environments? The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gloria, for the wonderful question and also for this opportunity. Well, if you talk about mentorship, it is one of the most powerful support for the teachers, and especially as you were talking about those working in with underserved communities and working under high stress environments. So the first thing where the mentorship can help is because the mentors can provide safe space to the teachers. They can have strategies for managing stress and maintaining boundaries. And so due to this, the teachers will have emotional support and there will be reduced burnout. The second thing the second advantage of having mentorship for the teachers is that it helps in the development of practical classroom skills because the mentors help new teachers to build strong instructional practices by offering classroom management techniques, lesson planning support, which are tailored to their needs according to their classrooms. Then, in underserved communities, teachers often work with students whose life experience differ from their own. So, when we have a mentor, especially if we have a mentor who is from the local place or who has a local experience, then they can help teachers in understanding community dynamics, recognizing the cultural strengths, and avoiding decision-based thinking, and that helps in building trust with the families. And of course, the one thing that is very important is about regarding the resource sharing in the places where the resources are very less. So, in the underfunded schools, the teachers lack materials, they lack training opportunities, they lack access to specialist time. So, the mentors can help to share the material, they can help to learn how to improvise their limited supplies, and they can connect mentees with the people or programs, and they might not know about. So this will reduce the sense of isolation and help the teachers to work more effectively. In fact, as we see, yes, mentorship helps the teachers, especially in the high stress environment, by providing professional identity to equity and the better student outcomes. And when the teachers have supports and they learn to have better teaching methods, it leads to better learning and it bridges the gap that is being usually observed. So thank you. Thank you. That was from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Arjun. You have touched a crucial gap. Confidence grows when teachers feel seen, supported, and guided. Mentorship may be the most powerful antidote to the silent struggles teachers face in high pressure spaces. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to be moving on to Ambassador Shaheen Sultana Mohammed Sheikh. Is she here? Yes. All right. And she's going to be speaking on how can mentorship empower teachers to become change agents within their communities beyond the four walls of the classroom. The floor is yours, Ambassador Shaheen Sultana.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Mentorship can empower teachers to become strong change agents beyond the four walls of the classroom in several meaningful ways. First point, building confidence and professional identity. A mentor helps teachers recognize their strengths, refine their skills, and believe in their own capacity to lead. This confidence becomes the foundation for taking bold initiatives in the community, organizing workshops, leading awareness,
drives, or advocating for a social issue. Second point is providing guidance and vision. Experienced mentors offer direction on how to turn ideas into action. They help teachers understand community needs, design outreach programs, and navigate challenges. With this guidance, teachers can move from what can I do to here's how I will make a difference. Third point is creating networks and collaborations. Mentors connect teachers with local leaders, NGOs, parents, and other educators. These networks expand their influence and enable them to collaborate on community projects such as literacy program, environmental campaigns, or youth development initiative. Fourth point is strengthening leadership and problem solving skill. Through mentorship, teachers learn how to lead teams, resolve conflicts, and manage projects. These leadership skills allow them not only to teach but also to mobilize others, students, and community members to work towards positive social change. Next point is supporting innovation and creativity. It is important. With a mentor's encouragement, teachers feel empowered to try new methods. Community based learning, art activism, local research projects, or a parent engagement model. Innovation becomes a tool for transforming society, not just a classroom. And my last point is sustaining motivation and resilience. Change making is not easy. Mentor helps teachers stay motivated, reflect on their journey, and bounce back from setbacks. This emotional support keeps them committed to long term community impact. In essence, mentorship transforms teachers from classroom instructors into community leaders. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Shaheen Sultana. This is just some points. So your insight underscores that mentorship can expand a teacher's influence beyond the classroom. So when educators are guided to become community builders, learning becomes a shared societal mission. Thank you very much for that brilliant answer. We appreciate you. And I'm going to be moving on to our next panelist, Professor Dr. Shanu Banji. And she's going to be responding to the question, how can global collaboration networks empower teachers in local communities to adopt best practices and innovate? The floor is yours, ma'am. Dr. Shanu? All right, in her absence, I'm going to be calling on Ambassador Shailesh Prajapati to take over the floor. Ambassador Shailesh, are you ready? Please feel free to unmute yourself, Ambassador Shailesh. Okay, I can't hear anything from either of you. So I'm going to be moving on to Ambassador Inemesit Etuk.
Yeah, good evening to you, Dr. Gloria, and good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Dr. Inemesit. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. My topic was what innovative approaches can be used to mentor teachers in digital literacy, especially in resource-limited environments.
Yes, go ahead, Ambassador Inemesit.
Okay, so I'll begin by saying that mentoring teachers in digital literacy doesn't always require expensive tools. So in this instance, what we need are creative, much more practical and community-driven approaches that would meet the teachers where they are. And I'd like to pick a few of them with the time I have to lay emphasis on them. First of all, I would say one of the ways in which we can do this is by a peer-to-peer digital mentorship. And this could be school-based, it could be clusters that are created in our schools for teachers. And here, teachers will learn the best from other teachers who are much more experienced than they are. And what we could do is to create small digital learning groups within our school. We will pair digitally skilled teachers with those who need support. And also, we would also hold weekly micro learning sessions that could be within a session of about 20 minutes with the time we have. And why this would work is because it would build confidence. It would reduce fear of technology and also will keep the learnings or the learning of the teachers continuous. Secondly, we also have, I would emphasize on having a WhatsApp-based mentorship community that is in a low resource setting. I would say that WhatsApp is the most practical tool. Like even here, we use the WhatsApp app for our communication. And we would use it to send short tutorial videos, to provide digital tasks or challenges, and also share lesson planning templates, also offer quick feedbacks, and also encourage the other teachers. This uses little data and also works on the phone, supports flexible learning. So I wouldn't take so much of time tonight. In conclusion, I would like to say that digital learning mentoring is possible anyway. When we as educators use the devices teachers already have, and also we encourage peer support and also apply low data and offline teaching. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Inemesit, for that wonderful answer. Your point is a crucial reminder that digital literacy isn't only about devices, it's about creativity. Even with limited resources, innovation flourishes when mentorship offers direction and confidence. Thank you very much. We appreciate your answer. And I'm going to move over to Professor Shainu Banji.
Can I please read out? Thank you. Thanks a lot. I think there is a computer to read the room. This will make my all the icons disappear. I could not unmute myself. These greetings all present here. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Is a bit clear? No, it's not very clear. Your voice is not clear.
Okay, there's a computer reason. So let me start first. Dr. Gloria for networks empower teachers in local communities to develop best practices and innovation. Wow. More than ever. Global communication, global collaboration is no longer optional, but it's essential. With rapid technological advancements, evolving students' needs, and shared global challenges, education educators and policymakers must work together across borders, building partnerships, exchanging innovative ideas, and fostering cultural understanding are vital to prepare learners to a truly global future. Strategic international collaborations can strengthen educational leadership as it drives the institution towards achieving the vision of world-class educators. The international collaboration efforts are not only aimed at improving global ranking, but also at enhancing the internal capacity of academic and administrative systems. Such commitment underscores the essential role of visionary leadership in driving sustainable internalization. Education is a foundation of progress, but challenges like digital inequality, climate change, and skills gap cannot be solved by one country only.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Indeed, when teachers learn beyond borders, they bring new creativity, new courage, and new possibilities back home. Thank you very much, ma'am. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to be moving over to our next panelist, Ambassador Shailesh Prajapati, and he's going to be responding to the question, what indicators can learning communities use to measure the real impacts of teacher collaboration on social improvement? The floor is yours, Ambassador Shailesh. You have 3 minutes for your response.
Namaste from India, and I am sorry for getting late due to busy in our national program, Teacher Award. But I would like to say that improvement in quality education and how student get education in school is the first measurement. And I would like to say that student must improve their study and in quality education, because everyone likes quality in education, and every parents wish their kids get good education, quality education, and education that makes them. I would like to say enhancement in teaching practice. The teacher's role is more important for practice. They can use many things, tricks, video, audio, cassette, video clip, school visit tour, so they can make study or learning process very interesting. And teachers should make a relationship with students, parents, management, so they don't any interfere in the process. And teacher must have confidence in learning process. If they have confidence, they have no problem with students, they have no problem with parents, they will have no problem with government. Though they have confidence to uh, share proper knowledge, technology, and they must check them. If I teach, the students get idea or not. Teachers motivation is more important for measurement. If and they have helped the students, so his motivation to every student in every subject, in every learning topic. So it is more important teachers motivation, and teachers innovation is also more important. Teacher always find a new technique, new idea to reach the heart of students, because I said we have three types of students: slow learner, fast learner, and medium. So teacher must have new idea for his subjects or his topics, so students will accept it easily. And school culture is more important. If students find here good atmosphere, learning materials, computer lab, library, good relationship, good nutrition, good water, good environment, it is also more important for students. And at last, the most important aspect according to me is the students role. How active students are, what do students learn, what do students like, and how their involvement in learning process, it is more important. If we follow these things, the society may like our education and our school. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Shailesh. You have shown us that collaboration must be measured not by the number of meetings held, but by the transformation it produces. So impact becomes visible when schools start learning from their own growth patterns. Thank you very much. And this brings us to the end of today's session. And today's conversation has shown that mentorship is not just an educational strategy. It is a movement that empowers teachers to rise, to support one another, and to shape schools where growth is collective and, and every voice matters. Our panelists have reminded us that collaboration transforms isolation into community. Mentorship strengthens confidence, courage, and leadership. And a learning community thrives when teachers choose to learn from one another with humility and purpose, just like we do here in a walkthrough education. So as we conclude, I encourage each of us to carry this spirit back to our classrooms, our schools, and our global networks. Let us continue to lift one another, share generously, and build the kind of educational spaces where both teachers and learners flourish. Thank you for your response, for your presence, your engagement, and your commitment to shaping a stronger educational future. Until we meet again, keep growing, keep inspiring, and keep working together through education. Thank you once again. And please, I play that we should all turn on our cameras so that we can take our photo shoot. I'm so excited that we're able to beat the time today, just 3 minutes past time. Yeah. All right. So please.
Favorite session.
Yeah. All right. Please turn on your cameras, everyone. All right.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Allow me to conclude my topic.
Okay. Okay. Okay, you can conclude it quickly.
Okay, just I wanted to conclude my topic.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Today, my destiny did not help me. Okay, I was talking about the collaboration as a tool. I would like to conclude that collaboration reduces isolation and enhances professional growth and ensures that value-based education becomes a shared, a coherent practice rather than an individual effort. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and thanks to everybody.
Thank you
I was
very
in the
much.
first number and I just went to the last. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Okay, I can see
My destiny.
Dr. Hussein Magdun, because when I called him, he wasn't available to speak. I don't know if he's ready to just speak within one or 2 minutes. All right, let's take our photo shoot. After the count of 5, 1, 2, 3. We're going to use our favorite emoji as usual. 4, 5. Let's go. Dr. Rania, where is yours?
I took a screenshot and forgot to to click on the
Okay,
reaction.
please, we can't do this without Dr. Rania. Let's do it again.
Okay.
After the count of 5, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Yeah, this is more like it. Thank you very much. All right. So see you next week. And our students will be having their quiz competition today, tomorrow. So please, you are invited. You are invited. Dr. Rania will speak later. All right.
Okay, yes.
Rania
I will
ma'am, good
join
evening.
tomorrow. Good
Yes,
evening.
yes,
Yes, I will
yes.
join tomorrow, definitely.
Okay. All right. So
Good
good night,
evening. Thank you.
everyone.